Hey y'all, I'm Alex. Today I'm going to go over 3 different variations of footwork that you can do while throwing a front leg kick. Now let's get started. The first variation we're going to go over is a skipping motion. So this is very common when you see someone doing like a fast kick, so like a front leg roundhouse kick. So that skipping motion, real quick, it looks like this. Okay, a few things to keep in mind when doing your skipping motion, because there's a couple things I see a lot of people make mistakes on when doing this. One, the biggest thing is probably they try to jump. So they come here and they come up real high and they kind of jump and skip into it. You want to try to stay nice and low. So when doing this, think of staying low to the ground, and instead of coming up while doing it, think of your hips kind of need to stay more lower and go forward. Push forward, almost like you're gliding across the floor. So when I do this with my feet, my back foot is going to basically come up to where my front foot is, and my front foot is going to go forward into the kick. So another thing while doing this is keep in mind your body posture. So make sure you're not leaning back too much, otherwise you're going to be more here, which is still a different type of kick. But when doing just the general skipping motion into a kick, you want to kind of keep your body a little bit more up, nice, low to the ground, smooth glide into the kick. Now you can do this with a roundhouse kick. You can do this with like a cut kick motion, a skipping side kick, or you can do this with an axe kick. A lot of different variations, but just keep in mind, if you're wanting to go forward with it, you want to stay low to the ground, small skip, keep your body up, keep a good posture. This second footwork variation is more of a kind of pulling or sliding motion, more commonly seen when you do a cut kick. So it looks more like this. Okay, it's a little bit kind of low to the ground, no skipping, no coming up at all. So when doing this motion, what you want to do, from your fighting stance, you want to think of just picking up this front leg, and then from here, you're really just pushing off your non-kicking leg. Now, a few things to keep in mind when doing this. One, to really kind of go forward, you want to think of really driving that front hip forward as you're pushing off that non-kicking leg. So from here, I really want to think of not only pushing off this foot, but also driving this hip forward when I throw my kick. So from here, boom, I'm really driving that hip forward. Another thing to keep in mind is your body posture. You don't want to lean forward too much, be too straight upright. You want to think of slightly rocking your hips on this one. Same thing to kind of help you get that drive. So slightly rock your hips up just a little bit as you go forward. And then last, from your fighting stance, make sure it's not too wide. If you have a really wide fighting stance, it's going to be a little bit hard, and more than likely you're going to land really wide, leaving you open for shots. So make sure, starting from your fighting stance, your feet are a little bit closer together, good body posture, really push off the non-kicking leg, drive your hips, boom, and then go forward. And this last variation of footwork is more of a hopping or a bouncing motion while throwing your kicks. Now, this is kind of more common when you're kind of basically more pressing someone in sparring, but also this is a really great footwork to use for kicking drills and helping kind of strengthen up your front leg kicks as well. So, what it looks like is this. Nice and simple, all you're doing is just adding in just a bounce instead of doing a skip, or instead of doing that pulling motion, you're basically just adding in a bounce as you're kicking. Now, this is definitely kind of tricky for someone who isn't used to this motion because you really have to have coordination. So what I recommend starting off is just doing it in place. So from here, all you're gonna do is just hop in place while doing your kicks. So a little bit slower, it's gonna look like this. Basically, as you come down from your hop, that's when you're throwing your kick. Here, here, here. And then a little bit faster. And then once you get that down, definitely work on going forward with it. And then you can work on going backwards as well. This is really good, like I said, it's really good overall for kicking drills, working on kind of the coordination of it, your body posture, and just strengthening up those front leg kicks. For sparring, I mainly use it if I'm gonna press with a cut kick. Like that. Normally I'd only go for maybe kind of 2 hops just like that, maybe just press a little bit, and then go off from different moves from there. But highly recommend trying this footwork out. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to let me know what else you want to see in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like us on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. I'll see you guys in the next video.